choice I make, it's my new rebellious way. Choice I make, it's my new rebellious way. You did, but every morning when I wake up, you're not there. You're telling me you know what you need, but when I turn the lights off, it's all so clear. I can't get away, can't run away, I can't get away. You're bringing on the heartache. how it feels, babe. Won't you love me the old kind of new way? Love me like yesterday. I sure messed up, not once or twice, but every time you thought that we did alright. But I thought it through, and I'm missing you. And I promise I'm better now. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't wanna get close to me, close to what we used to be. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling it too? Oh, baby. Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, babe. Won't you love me the old kind of new way? Old kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too, babe. And love me like yesterday. Old kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too. And love me like yesterday. Wouldn't hold it against you if you say that you don't wanna get close to me, close to what we used to be. Yeah. But I just feel like dancing. Are you feeling the groove? Oh, baby. Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Won't you love me? Love me like yesterday. Don't you feel it? How it feels, babe. Won't you love me the old kind of new way? Old kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too, babe. And love me like yesterday. Old kind of new. Tell me you're feeling it too. And love me like yesterday. Love me like yesterday.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tech Condo Live. Live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Central European Time. My name is Petro Verbruggen, and it's cool to see you here with your smiling faces. And today we did a lot of additional automation, and I'm actually really pleased with the result, even though it did not work from the get-go. You might have noticed that there is this map that I showed you just a few seconds ago, and that was the thing that didn't work the way that I wanted it to work the first time. But like MT also says, if you try something new, it does happen that you might go into some glitches, and that is definitely the case over here. Before I go into it, there might be some additional background noise. That's because I have a fan right here. It's quite warm. It's 27 degrees Celsius here in the Netherlands, which means that it's in the studio even, well, warmer than that. So it's quite a bit of a challenge to do this, and that's like every summer the case. Unfortunately, within Europe, it's not that often that you have a AC unit everywhere in your house. Though I do have an airco unit, though it's not, I cannot switch it on while I have this show, so that's just not possible. So I tend not to do that. Otherwise, yeah, it's a lot of noise because it's a mobile unit, and mobile units, well, tend to have a little bit more noise. That being said, there might be a possibility for me to purchase a monoblock air conditioning, and that does have less noise, and that might be something to look forward to moving forward, although that's not going to be anytime soon, at least not this year. Hey guys, welcome again to the show. Let me see who is already here in the house. Of course, like always, we see Empty, who was literally here from the get-go, which was really cool. And Empty says, just seen the same weather like we have, your AC will have a hard job. Definitely. It does have a hard job, though not at this particular moment, but after the show, yes, it will definitely be that way. Now let's see who else is in the house. Oh, sorry. I see Garrett in the house. He's from Stuttgart. Welcome. I appreciate that. And I also see Niels in the house. It's Saturday. Well, hello. Empty says, let me. It's nothing huge in Hanover. Let me try to. I think okay. So typically, what he's saying that it's not nothing to worry about. It's raining a little bit, but it's a little bit windy, but it's okay. That's German for you, quite quickly. Yes, indeed, I had the world map, indeed. And also Eric is in the house. Welcome, Eric. Cool of you to be here. I did miss Raoul. Sorry for that, Raoul. Here you are. Oh, hello. And Robert is also in the house. Aloha from Seal Beach, Belmont Shore in California. Indeed. All right, so today we're going to do the second episode of what we already started, and that was with regard to central control. And we actually were already using it. So this is what you can see right here. I was actually already using it as part of the rundown of the show, and I want to talk to you about this particular item right here in just a bit. So, but I will be removing everything from the system so that we can start from the way that it was when we finished the last session. So in order to do that, one thing that I did forget though is to add myself in front of this picture. So I'll do that very quickly, like so, and then let me make it a little bit smaller, crop the size a little bit, and I'm doing that off the camera a little bit, also for the sake of time. And I think that I'm liking this. So let's go ahead and start this episode. So this was where we left off. Boom. This was literally where we left off in episode 1 of Central Control. Again, Central Control is roughly the same as Companion, though as you can see, it is a little bit of a different design philosophy, and I really like it for what it is. And we want to go into the two things today. That is flex macros and the rundown of the show. Again, the rundown of the show actually worked today. It was already working, which is really cool. So I'm really happy with that. So we're going to start with that one, and then after that we're going to go into the flex macros. If you have any questions during the show, please go ahead and ask the question in the chat. I will be checking it out. I also think it's not going to be a really long show, but let's see how far we can get it. So without further ado, let's get cooking. First and foremost, rundown of the show. So first and foremost, let's start with a quick recap. Last time we actually created a ATEM mini connection right here. I can actually add it again. Hopefully the IP address is okay. It's not okay, which is totally fine. We're going to fix that at a later stage. It might be that this is 61 these days. So let's see if it's working like that. No, not yet. Well, that's okay. We're not going to worry about the ATEM mini anyway. Then we've got the plus, which is the plus that I have in front of me, the Stream Deck, and we're also not going to worry about that today. So I'm not worried about if it works or not. It is working, by the way. vMix we are worried about because we're gonna work with vMix to show you some cool stuff, and if we have some time left, we might want to go into the H2R graphics that I actually also have prepared a little bit, and you saw already that it was actually working. So cool. Let's get started. To start with the run of show, first and foremost, what is a run of show? It's literally at this time we're going to do this, at this time we're going to do this, at this time we're going to do this. It's literally a list of date time stamp plus what are we going to do. And it's literally just text. So in order to do that, we will go with add device again, clicking on that again. And now from the plethora of possibilities that we have within the central control, we're going to go down to we can actually have two. We can actually go with the Google Sheets rundown, which allows you to have a functionality where not only you but other people can actually change the run of show on the fly. We're not going to do that today. We're going to go with the easy route, which is the run of show for Excel, and that is the Excel rundown, which is available as of the Pro version. We're clicking on that, and we'll keep it as the Excel rundown. That's fine with me. And then we actually have added it right here, but it needs a file to run with, and more specifically a Excel file. So we actually have an Excel file right here. I actually had it on my desktop, so I'm going to open that up. And this is what it looks like. So let me increase the size a little bit. So first and foremost, the event time is important. So yeah, as you have seen, maybe you've seen at 6:50 p.m. the timer started immediately. I didn't do anything about it. We went live fully automatically. That worked like a charm. I was really happy with that. But for the sake of, having something else, let's see, it's 7:10 at the moment. So let's make it 7:15 to do something. And at 7:15, I want to not start a timer. I actually want to, well, what I can also do, wait a sec. Let me, let me change that, because of course I can add, of course. So 19:15, so it's 19:15:00. At that particular time, I want to have something happening. So maybe I want to have the Calendly pop-up going on, or maybe I just want well, let's just do well, what am I gonna do? Let's go with the browser. So I actually have a browser right here, which is showing the last location. Let's use that as a starting point, which is input 37, and we're gonna call this show map, and shows map. Let's use that as a starting point. Maybe we can say at 19:15 20, so 20 seconds, hide map, removes map. I don't know. Just gonna change it to something what I like. All right, so now we have 2 additional times. I still have a few minutes left to get it organized. So let's save it. Then make sure to go back to the Excel runtime, hit Central Control Rundown, click on it. Oh wait, of course we need to add it first. Here we need to add here the file path. Go into the desktop, Central Control event, boom. I've just added it right here. Central Control. Hey. Wait a sec. Let me consult my notes. What am I doing wrong here? Maybe because it's in the past already. Let me fix that quickly. So this is in the desktop. I did change that. Let me remove these first. Delete. And then make it 20 because I'm already falling late. So 20. And then 20. 20. Save it. That should work now. Let's also change the name a little bit, just for the sake of that we're getting the correct one. So I'm going to add a version 2 of it. There you go. Then I'm going to go to browse, make sure I am in the correct one right here, and then see if I can open it up. And now it's not working anymore. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. Let's just remove this. So this is live, guys. So this is also cool that that's happening. Not cool for me, but it is the way it goes. So I'll wait for it to unload a little bit from memory, and hopefully a restart will help. Because it did work up front, so I am a little bit confused. Okay. Showing it again. Extra runtime. Open it up. Ah. That was what I forgot. So I actually forgot to add so I didn't switch it on. So if I do this, you don't see anything. But if I click this on, then of course it works. All right, we have still 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go to get things organized. Now, of course, the name does not say a lot, so I want to show a map. How do I do that? By creating a trigger, and we're gonna do that on show map. And here we have the different units that we have. So Data Mini Pro, the Plus, the vMix, the HDR graphics, and the XR rundown. I want to change something on vMix, and I want to let me just say I want to cut direct. Hit the plus sign to get it to the command line right here, and the map is number 32. So the input number is 32. That is the one that we want. Make sure it has been taken care of. And of course we want to go back. So then we're gonna go into this one, then hit auto cut direct again, and then we're gonna go to, well, let's go to number 1 indeed, so that I'm back to my shot, my full shot, exactly this one right here. So these are the ones that we're gonna take care of. Excuse me. And then we should be golden. We still have 3 minutes and 46 minutes left, so that gives me still some time to reflect a little bit on what we've done so far, because it didn't work out the way that we wanted it to work out. So again, let's go into the Excel and then show you what it looked like. This is the one that we created. It's just very simple: the event name, the event time, the event name, and event comment. And the event comment, you can do whatever you like, whatever you need. The event name is really important, because the event name is actually being used as part of that create trigger event, because it will pop up right here. So this name is indeed very important to use. So that is a run of show setup. That's all you need to do. As easy as this. And of course it will also allow you to add additional things, like for example, if you want to have something happening every half an hour, like a different show, or you want to play a video, but you want to be really at the particular time that you're switching back, then that is a possibility. We'll leave this running in the meantime. Let's see if there are any comments or questions. And if there are people that I've forgotten. My dad is in the house. I see. Show your audience the message I've just sent to you. It's a picture. I will do that in just a minute. My dad is learning some kind of language. Let's see what that is. MT says, I guess under this weather, these circumstances, the cats are quite a bit calm. It's also hard for them. Yes, it's definitely hard for them, MT. Really, really a tough time indeed. MT is asking, do you only need the starting time and command control will automatically end and close the previous action? That depends. So if I in this particular instance, I do have to close it again, like I do, like I'm doing right now. But if for example, in vMix you already have a timer set as part of a trigger, then vMix will take over, obviously. So so yes and no, depending on how you look at it. Indeed, I forgot to enable it. Indeed, and that was the issue. Another question: is it possible to do Supersource animations? Correct, that is possible. Though I don't have a Supersource enabled system at the moment available on this network, but it is possible, and yes, I do have one that is enabled for Supersource, so don't worry about it. We can check that out for the later episodes. All right. Okay, no hands. So in 10 seconds, we should see the map, and then after 20 seconds, it will automatically come back. I will keep my hands up so that you see that I'm. There you go. So here you got the map. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom, we're back. So that is the way that works right here. You can actually see that we were counting down all of the time. And now actually I don't have anything else here, but that is really powerful, especially because out of the box, vMix does not come with a scheduling functionality. Yes, you can count down and use the countdown to do something, but a precise time in a like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. that is not possible within vMix. Nor do I think that, looking at what I know, that they will add that anytime soon. So that is a way to make it happen and do some automation. So might be of interest for you. So that is the rundown, and of course now we only have two for the sake of clarity. But you can imagine that this can be like a long list of 10, 15 points. So that, my friends, is the rundown functionality, and we're gonna switch it off just for the sake of it. Now, next up is of course the flex macros. But before I do that, let's see if there are any questions or things that I need to do. It's free. It's working, definitely. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So indeed. Supersource can work definitely with that, indeed. Water with peaches, gotta love it. My dad was sending out something to me, and I will show that to you very, very soon. So that is Scooter watching me on the TV at my dad's place right there. Thanks for sharing that. Really appreciate that. Really cool to see him looking at us. All right. Next up. So we actually now had a rundown, and actually, to be honest, this part will become part of the standard startup sequence of the show. Need to iron out a little bit more than I did previously, but this is going to be a keeper, so to speak. All right. Add device. Next up, we're going to go with Flex Macros, which is available in the Pro license. You don't have to have the Elite license like I have. So with a Pro license, you are able to do this also. So let's click on OK. And it will automatically state Flex Macros right here. And you've got controls and triggers like always. And here you've got your Flex Macros. I'm clicking on the Flex Macros button. And as you can see, I don't have any macro available at the moment as part of the Flex Macros setup. So yeah, basically that's all I have at the moment. So let's hit new macro, which is right here, and give it a meaningful name. So let's call it Taekwondo startup sequence. Startup sequence. Okay. So now it has actually opened, well, a timeline. Just like if you are a video editor or you're a music producer, you have this timeline and something has to happen at a certain moment in time. This is literally the same thing. It's a timeline of what you can do. I only have to hit edit to get that timeline. And as you can see below, you again have a tab of all of the different components that I have created up front. So I've got the ATEM Mini Pro, I've got the Plus, the Stream Deck Plus, I've got vMix, I've got ASTOR Graphics, and I've got the XR Run book and Flex Macros by itself. So let's stick with vMix just for the sake of clarity. And let's keep it also a little bit easy on ourselves so that it's easy to understand. I don't want it to be too big for people. So, but here you have a plethora of all the functions that are available from vMix, ranging from set T-bar to take the mix, to set mixer balance, set start replay recording, all the way to disable, enable devices. So there's a plethora of different functionalities, and I actually just want to basically cut things. I don't want, so a direct cut. So that's beautiful. Let's click that. And this is a direct cut, and here you see I want to have a direct cut, and I want to input, for example, me, which is literally what you're looking at right here. So let me go into this. Wait a sec. This display. So here you go. So here you have all kinds of inputs right here. So input 1, that's me. That's what you're looking at. For example, inputs 13 is a picture-in-picture. And maybe we should just go back and forth between 1 and 13 to make some kind of idea of what the possibilities are. So let's do that. Let's go back to the other display right there, and let's get things organized. So here you see a certain amount of time. So this is 1 second. So let's just make it a little bit longer. Let's make it 8 seconds. I like 8 seconds quite a lot. I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to say the first 8 seconds, I am going to go to input number 1, which is the one that you see here of myself. Then let's also include number 6 to the mix and 13 to the mix. So number 6 is again, let's add a direct cut again, and let's put it right here. And let's make that a little bit shorter. So I don't know, let's zoom out a little bit or zoom in a little bit. See, you can change the the amount of data that you see. I think that's let's do to 12 seconds. That's really nice. And I want to go to, let's see, this screen, what you see right here. So the number 6 is that. So I'm going to change that to number 6. And then I do it one more time. And I will make that again a little bit longer. Let's make that till 18 seconds. And then I will go to number 13, which is the picture-in-picture one right there. So in all cases, you will see me there. So this is the timeline that you have. So first it's going to the big screen of me. Then it goes to the screen that you already see. And then you'll see a different setup. And if all is well, I can just hit this button right here. And it will start playing. But it's not doing that. Why? Okay. Okay, let's just get rid of this. Let's try to play it here. Also not. I have a gut feeling that I know why that is. Of course, I need to switch it on. So now I switched it on. And something went wrong in the starting point, but that's okay. Let's go back to this. So switching on is something that I always forget for some reason. So let's click on this again, open it up. So edit it. Let's see. It might be that this is not seconds but milliseconds, but we'll see that very soon. Oh yeah, it's working. So it's working. All right, so now we're going to go to the other one. Boom. Now we're going to another one. Boom. And basically that is the different system. So that is great. But I think that the first one is a little bit too long. So let's just make it a little bit shorter, and then let's change that quickly. Maybe also make this one shorter and do it again. So now it becomes this one, then it becomes that one, and we're done. So you see how easy that you can make it, and this is really powerful for some use cases, also for your ATEM, right? So for your ATEM, you can also use this to, for example, show a video bug, then go to a video playout, then go to a camera where somebody's talking, then go and show the lower third. You can all put it in right here, and the combination of the flex macro that we were talking about, this one right here, and the the rundown that we saw earlier, that combination is extremely powerful, especially because typically what you need to do, and I'm going to show that in just a bit, is that you need to not put this in seconds, but in milliseconds. You have to, if you want to change something, you have to go inside of a parameter and then change it, and it's kind of a mess. So now I can just say, okay, I want to make this longer again. I want to make this shorter again. And it just becomes really, really obvious and interesting to do. And of course, you can also, if you have like a lower third or something, let me check if I can overlay. Let me see if there's an overlay functionality here. Set overlay for input. Overlay. Okay, so set overlay for ease. I can actually do that in parallel as well, as you can see. So you don't have to, it's not like a sequential that you cannot do anything. You can actually add on, you can stack them on top of each other as well. So you can have multiple macros going into it as you please. So I can add one more. I can add one more, one more, and you can make it as big as you want. Of course, we're not going to do that today, but you can imagine the power that you find with this kind of feature. So I really think that this is a game changer for that. So to compare it with vMix, let's go ahead and show that to you. There you go. So for example, if I would start the Petra will go live in a few minutes. If I go into if I go into my triggers, you actually see that there's a delay, and now it's quite small, unfortunately. Maybe if I go here, I can make it a little bit bigger. Let me go back to the other screen. Oh, so there you go. There's a little bit bigger. So here you see that you have 3,000 milliseconds, 1,000 milliseconds, 10,000 milliseconds, 5,000 milliseconds. It does not compute in your brain, right? It's not easy to understand. And this is the startup of the show right here. Boom, 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 boom. I'm starting the countdown. I'm starting the stream. I am switching off my microphone because I don't want you to hear me when I'm singing along with the music. I'll make sure that the audio is set correctly. I'm fading in, I'm fading out, etc., etc., etc. So there's a lot of functionality that you see right here, but this makes it very much more interesting to understand what's going on and why it is. And if you think, oh wait a second, this was too late, well then, or too early, I mean, then just change it or maybe make it longer, right? So that is how easy you can make it. All right. Neil says it's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, I think that it was about the picture of the cat. Oh yeah, it's really beautiful. Neil says it's for all of us who don't speak XML, indeed, and for my work, I do have to speak in XML a little bit, so I do know how to look at it. But I can imagine that it's not really handy to see. Let me see here. Eric says, in my think back to Aaron Parecki's first live streams, all XML editing and Blackmagic Design macros. Oh, that was a mess, you know. I totally agree. Neil says, actually, I think I find clunky on the ATEM is the exporting and re-importing of settings. Just let me SSHs into the device and mess up the config directory. Yes, why not? And he says, right, Eric, it was great to see how you could tweak those macros, but it's also hard work. Also understand how it works. Definitely. So yeah, so I really think that this is a very strong reason to at least consider, to consider the setup with Flex macros, with the run of show, and the combination of the two is really powerful because this is called the tech on a startup sequence, right? So you can let me remove the ones that are a bit awkward. Because can I also do it like this? Yes, of course you can. So I can actually remove the ones that are not important to me. And then I'm just going to hit this. And here you see these tech on a startup sequence as an available Flex macro ready to rock. And then, well, I do think that if I go to the actual rundown and I will add an additional entry in the Excel spreadsheet. Well, let's do that quickly. So let's go ahead and go to that Excel spreadsheet, the Central Event 2.0. It's now 7:37, so let's make it 7:40. Oh, 7:40:00, and let's say run TC sequence or run Flex macro. right? So let's make that a functionality right there. Make sure it's switched. Let me remove this one. Make sure it's switched on before I forget that. Then go to Central Control Rundown. Then you see that in 2 minutes and 23 seconds, we're going to run the run TC sequence. I'm going to hit this one right here. Event trigger, go to run TC sequence. Then I am not going to go for the ATEM Mini Pro. I'm actually going to go with Flex Macros. I'm going to play a macro, the Taekwondo startup sequence, and we're going to hit plus, and we're done. Productions, they don't take a lot of time these days for some reason. So it's 1 minute and 42 seconds before it will start, but it's definitely really interesting. Yes, and Eric, I totally agree with you. Let me push it on the screen. Central Control Flex Macros and Timeline for the win. Absolutely. It's definitely one that I'm looking forward to use more often, because I think this is a very good way, specifically if you have a run of show that's always the same, then just go with this setup, because it makes life really easy. As you can see, I'm not even using my hands. I have to wait for a minute because, of course, I wanted to take a little more time to make it work. But you understand what I'm saying, what I meant with that. Huh? So in 45 seconds, we will be running the macro that we just made. I did change it a little bit, so let me see quickly what it looks like again. So Flex Macros. So this is the sequence that we're going to do in just a few seconds. Give it some more time. 30 seconds to go. And I think that this is a very powerful way to combine multiple functionalities in one. Again, you can also have, now it's only vMix only, but I can also combine it with for example, an audio device like the X32 by Behringer. I can also utilize other functionalities. I mean, like the ATEM, or I don't know. A lot of functionalities. 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. And then it goes to another one in a few seconds. Boom. Then it goes to another one in a few seconds. Boom. Roughly. Come on. It will come. There you go. And back to me. So that is, I think, a really powerful setup that you have, and very easy to make. MT says, I think it's hard to implement an automation on a show with several participants, as they don't pay much attention to the time it's running. I agree. Automation of some sequences makes sense. Yeah, so you can set in breakpoints. You don't have to have everything fully lined up with the amount of seconds or so. You can also bring in, but unfortunately I do not know by heart how that works. But I know that that's possible. I know it's possible to bring in just some endpoints, right? I don't know if that so especially in a macro you can already do that. So let's see if I can find that, because I have seen it. But it's not here, I think. Pause automation. Here you go. So with the rundown, you can say pause automation. You can also hit the pause macro button right here. So I can actually pause the macro right here before I can continue with the next. So that's a possibility right here. So there are possibilities to have a manual intervention in that system, though I didn't try that before yet, but I know it's possible. I miss a small lightning between your fingers. Yes. All right. Yeah. So that is. I told you already it was going to be a short show. Again, I think that that this is a application that I will be using quite a lot as part of TechCondo, but also as part of shows that are sequenced. Now that being said, I do agree with MT with what he just mentioned. I'm not seeing this as a good functionality for ad hoc events. It's more for weekly shows, daily shows, and that kind of stuff. Then it's really, really powerful. Anyway, that's all that I have in store for you today. Next week I will be back, hopefully with less of a cough going on. I really appreciate it for your interaction. Please, if you have not yet done that, please subscribe to this channel. Also, make sure to like this video, and if you have any questions, please go ahead and comment to the video so that I can use it for different videos. Next week, of course, we will be back with a new show of TechCondo. The coming period will be a little bit awkward. I do have some video productions that will take place in the next couple of weeks, and I'm not 100% sure if I can make it on time. If not, I will be going live very quickly to say, hey, I'm not able to make it. I do think that I will be out as of August somewhere, so I will try to do as much as possible in July still. But I will be out for 2 or 3 weeks in August. But I will be talking to you as soon as possible once that is the case. MT says, thank you so much. Awesome topic. And Raoul said the same. And thank you again for everybody for being here live and direct. I will try to get that map to work. This one right here for the next time, because I do like to know where you are all coming from, so that I can also use that to say hi to you, especially if you're new to the show. Let me know if you are new. Again, thank you so much. Have a fantastic Saturday and see you around. Bye bye.